Growing up, I was endlessly inspired by the creativity of Pixar. You know Pixar, the company with the... From one studio, there are multiple movies that are strong contenders for my favorite movie of all time. Monsters, Inc., Ratatouille, perhaps? Up, The Incredibles? Which one should it be? In more recent years, Pixar's gotten some flack. A lot of people think that the quality of the movies have been declining, which I tend to agree with. I still think the movies are good, but it's really hard to try and replicate a Monsters, Inc., you know? How would you even go about doing that? It's impossible, or so I thought before watching something very, very interesting. Today's monstrosity was brought to us by Luma AI. As we can see by this thing over here, the starting shot, this already looks a lot like Pixar.
When school is finally out, there is only one place a monster can play.
So that's a thing. This tweet was posted as part of a thread kind of showcasing what their new generation video model can do. And we can read about it a bit more on their website. Dream Machine is the name of it. It is a bit crazy. I don't know if you remember that video of Will Smith eating spaghetti. This was what AI video could do, like, I think a bit less than 2 years ago. And this is what it can do now. Let's take a look at that. So, yeah. This is a bit scary. Now, yeah, I can see like this video, for example, like it has that sort of AI, you know how AI stuff kind of looks like a bit too slick, like soap? It looks like everything is made out of soap, and like here, it's the same sort of soap-esque feeling. This is a woman. This is a fake woman that doesn't exist. Video's probably based on a real woman that does exist, but pretty crazy. And this is what we're gonna be talking about today. A fake movie by an AI movie studio called Monster Library. Now, their whole thing is very clearly to just rip, just to kind of try and rip Pixar off, specifically Monsters, Inc. This looks like a Monsters, Inc. character. This looks like a Monsters, Inc. character. Come on. Welcome, monster friends. Follow and help the monsters feel safe and loved. Visit our studio shop. We'll do that a bit later. So Monster Library released this Monster Camp and the Curse of Candy Crest animated teaser trailer. As Danny, the charming blue monster, arrives at his first monster summer camp, an enigmatic aura surrounds him, beckoning him to uncover the secrets of the legendary Curse of Candy Crest. All right, let's watch this thing.
When school is finally out, there is only one place a monster can play all summer long.
So first of all, this is narration. We start off by hearing this movie tool, this movie thing called narration, but then one of the monsters, is he the one saying the narrate? I mean, look at this. Is this guy also the narrator?
There is only one place a monster can play all summer long. When school is...
I know that at first it doesn't match, but at the end...
There's only one place a monster can play.
That looked like he said that, so I don't know what that is all about.
A place where worries melt away, and that place is Monster Camp.
So first of all, we can hear that the narrator is super excited about this movie. This guy doesn't sound depressed at all. His fucking fake robot guy.
Place where worries melt away, and that place is Monster Camp.
That place is Monster Camp. Come on, man. I know you're a robot, but where's your passion? Try to get me to watch this movie, man. You gotta hook people in, or else no one's gonna wanna watch Monster Camp and the Curse of Candy Crest. This movie that is coming out, apparently, made by the monster people. This is where... Yeah, what does it say on the back of this bus? I guess maybe that's monster language. Yeah, there's an in-story explanation to this. The buses, they're typing things in monster language, but the camp, they got kids from all over the place, so this has to be in English. But the bus is in monster language, that's fine.
Beware the tempting whispers of the night, for in the darkness a tricky test awaits. Or should I say, a tricky treat.
That was good. That was good. You could tell that a person wrote that and not ChatGPT. That is not a ChatGPT joke. Don't you tell me that that's a ChatGPT joke. That's not even a joke. What does he say again?
In the darkness, a tricky test awaits.
In the darkness, a tricky test awaits.
Or should I say, a tricky treat.
What? What makes a treat tricky? Just nonsense words. What does that say? Candy rest. Just nonsense, man. Ah! Ah! What the f is this guy? This is the mayor of the Curse of the Candy Crest. Yeah. Or the Candy Rest. They changed it in the middle of the trailer. It's called, it's called Candy Rest now. Or is this the sea? I guess that sort of looks like a C. You know. This is if I'm already giving them a little bit of leeway and not considering that the D is essentially gone. But yeah, whatever. This is f***ing horrible. Nonsense, nonsense. I have no idea what's going on. He needs to get a candy from this candy forest or something, and then there's this guy. Is that a plot? Or is that just like a series of things that you vaguely kind of remember from other animated movies? Oh no. So let's look at this roller coaster, for example. The roller coaster is a monster. Looks a lot like Sullivan, but whatever. But as we keep going, they become a chicken that murders people, and his face melts. And then this just looks like poo. The first cart is just filled with poo. There's no passengers on that car. This is a nightmare. This is why everyone is screaming. The monster looks different every time. Fooled court. Oh no. This is gonna... The monster camp candy crest curse camp candy is gonna be engraved in my head when I go to sleep tonight, I think. This is just too scary. What the fuck is this guy? Well, this was just nonsense, wasn't it? Am I like really stupid? Or was this like... What even was this? This wasn't a plot. I'm not expecting a trailer to give me the entire plot of the movie, but this wasn't like a thing. This was just a bunch of monsters standing in places. The trailer in itself kind of relies on us knowing Monsters Inc. and like liking that, and that's it. It's just like, oh, what if we took characters that kind of look like they belong in Monsters Inc. and put them in this place? Now, obviously, there's a lot of technical flaws with this thing, which people have talked about. There's like a big thread about them. Everyone knows that in animation, notes are key. Here's a comprehensive thread of everything wrong with this goddamn abomination. So first of all, there's a child in this world that's filled with monsters. In the Monsters Inc. universe, this is a big problem. They will have to be detained. That's the whole plot of the first movie. In this frame, the monster's holding a pencil, and then the next one, it's a crayon. When we cut back to the monster, the drawing has changed. There's stuff like that every moment, because what AI does, they obviously did train this on Monsters Inc. And so the output is always going to be something that is of the vibe of what you're aiming for, but at the moment, not quite there with the consistency bits. The TV set changes models between shots. This monster is also a bus as well in his meantime between jobs. Camp counselor changes sizes. This is just a bunch of pile of shit. Main monster, yeah, I've noticed this as well. Looks different every time. And this guy! Oh my god. This guy. I can't look at him anymore. I can't look at him. This is the mayor of Candy Town. He's just the most horrible thing I've looked at. I don't like the energy that he radiates at all. I don't like what he wants from me. The candy monster changes every now and again, and this is horrible as well. This looks of sexual nature. This looks bad. This shouldn't be in anything. This is... And that was Monsters Camp, AI's latest attempt at convincing big studios to not pay animators a living wage. Nothing short of an absolute mess, not even worthy of the bootleg movie dollar bin. Because it doesn't make sense. Here's kind of where I stand with this stuff at the moment. Picking holes in how AI video stuff looks like now is very fun. I enjoy it, and I think it's funny. It's a nice thing to look at the big machine thing and be like, haha, you suck. But it's like already a lot better than what it was a year and a half ago, and it's gonna keep getting better. It wasn't able to do what this Monsters Camp thing did like a year ago. It was impossible. And I think that when the day arrives, when we do actually reach that point where it does become a lot better, the most important thing to remember is the principle of it. Using AI art for an animated movie is bad, not just because it's not very good at the moment, but also because it's bad for creativity. It steals shit. It's all based on stuff that is stolen, on other people's art. And even if it does get to a point where it can make it so a model or a character stays consistent from scene to scene, there's still just a general lack of care for any AI movie thing that you'll see, because someone made it with the click of a button. Any frame from Monsters, Inc., a movie that was made, I think, nearly 20 years ago at this point. Every frame is like, I watched Monsters, Inc. as a kid, maybe like 20 times at least. I just have it on a constant loop. And even as a child, maybe you find it harder to like express why you like things, but I remember being so in love with the design of this world. There's a scene of them walking outside in the street and everything is monster themed and the car's monster themed, and then there's a big monster foot walking around and you're like, oh wow, this is the world that's laid onto here. This is a world that I haven't seen before and was created by actual, you know, incredible creative minds. So this is their website. They got a bunch of good stuff coming up. Just so depressing. Next gen animation studio. Crafted creatures and avatars plucked from the realm of dreams. From the realm of dreams, really? The dreams of other people, maybe. Our characters are imbued with distinct souls. Okay. Put the monster mayor next to my head right now. I refuse to believe that this fucker right here has a soul. This is a spawn of Satan. Of Candy Satan. Magical animations. Our animations are spells in motion. No, they're not. Scenes transformed into vivid spectacles. Sure. So then they have Eli and the Shoe Factory, pilot episode 1. There's a full episode.
In a town bustling with the hum...
It's the same dead narrator.
With the hum of daily routine, there lived a gentle monster named Eli, whose days passed like the shadows of clouds.
I hope his days are past. I hope he dies. Eli.
Each morning, Eli trudged to his job at the shoe factory, where all the best monster shoes were produced. But for Eli, he rarely saw or even wore shoes, too busy crunching numbers. His heart...
What? What's the... Eli didn't wear shoes because he was too busy crunching numbers? Oh, did you see Eli? He came into the office again with his dogs out. Hey, you don't get to talk about him like that. You don't know the numbers that he's been crunching recently.
Lingered on Emma, the radiant orange monster from across the room.
Yeah, everyone just looks like they're related to Sully. From Monsters, Inc. They all look like this. Looks like this could be like his nephew or his son or something. I love these guys in the background. What's going on? That's just Sully. Like, straight up, that's him.
Across the room.
Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't even care.
She laughed with Chaddy, a suave blue monster, leaving Eli to wonder about the lives of those who shone so brightly.
Wow, this is so deep. This is exactly my life. I can really relate to Eli. I've come to work today without shoes as well. I gotta admit, no shoes over here. Not wearing any of them. So he's looking, it's like he's like scrolling on Instagram, and maybe they just weren't able to make it. So he's looking on his computer at videos of people going to red carpet screenings.
One dreary evening, as Eli was leaving...
That's a different guy. Yeah, you know, Eli looks... They stretched him out a bit, but that's fine.
...away in a cloud of smoke that made Eli cough and sputter.
Just Sully from the back, James P. Sullivan.
To injury, he found his old car stolen.
Are they doing like the Joker? Are they doing the Joker, but with Monsters, Inc.? This is incredible.
Wish I wasn't me. The next day, the world seemed unchanged.
Oh, this is an interesting clock. You know how in Monsters, Inc., I think the stoplight looks different because it's like there's like a monster walking, you know? Here they got a monster clock. This is a clock for monsters. That's how they look at time. They have a different, it's world building. You wouldn't know about it.
Except for Emma, who surprised Eli.
So they can't do lip syncing at the moment. They could just have the characters be like this. Hey, Eli.
Eli followed her to a hidden door in the janitor's closet, unveiling a corridor that led to a vast
It unveiled a door that leads to other dimensions in an animated movie about monsters. It's just that there's no shame here at all.
forever.
It's not even nitpicking. It's just like, what happened to them, you know? You can't, this is your pilot. Come on, man. Give it a bit more of a, what are you doing here? What is this? This is not them. This is not the shape of their body. This isn't like this looks like a woman-ish. This looks like this was made out of like plasticine. This is not what you've established so far.
It even had Timmy Monstermay, Meryl Scream,
It had Meryl Scream?
Jim Scary,
It had Jim Scary? This is incredible. I now want to watch this movie.
Jack Monstervich.
Jack Monstervich. What the f is this movie?
On Jack Monstervich's golden boots.
So you put the Jack Monstervich shoes.
Emma called out, "Are you sure you want to do that?" But her word
Are you sure you want to do that? Hey, come on, just let me enjoy my shoes. Look at this cool shoes that I got. Come on, let me do it. It's okay.
world of Jack Monstervich at the Monscars, where adoration and accolades couldn't
So you
mask
put, it's
Jack's
like being
true
John
feelings.
Malkovich, but with shoes. And this guy also looks a bit like Sully. And this guy also looks a bit like Sully. What? Is this what happened to him? He got too dripped out for his own good. Damn.
Have to go.
This is ass. This is horrible. How is this a pilot? You just made a short film. I'm doing this because you didn't really make anything, but you just sort of made a short film. That now he looks way too much like Sully. How the fuck is this legal? You know, the only hope that I have for this AI stuff to get sorted is that massive corporations like Disney are surely not gonna let a movie come out with a character that looks like this.
Courage, Eli offered
She just looks different every time. It's like between shots every time someone hits her with a bat.
a home. Gladly accept.
Wow. Well, this was an incredible pilot for an incredible TV show, which I guess ends after 5 minutes. Do you not understand what a pilot is? It's supposed to be the first episode to showcase the format of the thing. You can't have the whole story in the pilot. Whatever, they don't care. They don't even know what they're doing. Well, I hope we all learned a lesson today. Things are getting scarier, but at least the people who are making these things don't know what a pilot is, and they don't know how to stop the AI from making copyrighted characters. So as long as we're on that page, we're good, I think. As long as they don't know how to stop it from making Sully from Monsters, Inc., we should be in the clear with this one. So let's hope that keeps happening. At 200K, I'm gonna be making a video about TikTok drama to do with Air. I don't think that exists, but if you subscribe, I'll find something. Oh, goodbye.